Hello and welcome back to Resolution Experts Incorporated, our Monster of the Week game. We're back at the table. It's been a few months, but we're excited and ready to get into this next mystery. So before we do that, let's remind everyone who we are and who we're playing. We'll start on my left with Marie.
I am Vivian Rain, and I am the Chosen.
I am Adam, and my character is Morty, and he's the expert.
And then to Liam.
I'm Liam, and I'm playing Ryder Clancy, the Monstrous.
I'm Christina, and I am playing Sarah Winifred, the Spooky.
I'm James, and I'm playing John Johnson, Professional.
That's right, John Johnson. We should develop a theme song for John. Like anytime you guys get on the road and you're taking off, he should have a theme song. That's my thought.
Can we get the 80s truck spinning, like the transition?
It's like just a rip-off of the A-Team.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, like slightly different music so it doesn't get flagged for copyright. Okay, so it's, I'm going to say that even though it's been a few months in real life, it's only been maybe a month since you guys had dealt with the werewolf problem in Muskegon, Michigan. So we're going to pick up after a month. You guys have all had a chance to kind of heal up and recuperate. And you're hanging around at Morty's Sanctum, the nondescript building near the 5th Avenue cutoff. And Morty, you get a call on the bat phone. And by the bat phone, I mean it's your cell phone. But it is your current employer, Francis Sarno.
Hello?
Morty, it's Frank. I've got something for you and your group. Not sure the extent to which things have gone, but we were tipped off about something that occurred in Louisiana, so I'm going to need you to hit the road again.
Okay. We're driving, I assume. Don't get plane tickets. Gonna be a long drive.
Whether you drive, whether you take the
13
plane
hours.
tickets, it's not in New Orleans. Unfortunately, it's at a small college town. The college in question is Southeastern Louisiana State University.
Okay, writing that down. We'll scramble the troops.
An old friend of mine from back in my police days, he's the sheriff, and quite frankly, he's a bit perplexed. There was a death. Looks like maybe a suicide, but the circumstances are a little fishy. Sheriff's name is Tim Popper. He's a good guy, but I think he's a bit over his head right now, and I think he can use our assistance.
Okay. I'll get the gang together and we'll hit the road.
As always, keep your receipts for your expense reports. I'll reimburse you.
Perfect. Sounds good. I'll let you know if we need anything.
Very well. Godspeed.
Thank you.
So, what do you guys do to prepare? What do you bring in? I mean, I forgot. Off camera, we mentioned the big improvement. So, you have now fly packs for all of your resources that are part of Morty's laboratory that now fit into the newly purchased and renovated, even bigger Big BM. So John Johnson's RV is now basically like a tour bus. It's this massive, like he had to actually go out and get a CDL in order to drive this thing on the road. That's the level to which your van is now expanded to a large truck. It's very comfortable, and of course all that was financed by REI, Resolution Experts Incorporated. Not to be confused with a store of a similar acronym.
Perfect. So, because my abilities are in my base camp, I got an armory where I have a stockpile of mystical and rare monster killing weapons. But if we need a special one, I can roll plus weird. I have an infirmary and then a magical laboratory where I can use magic for different moves. So I presume our mobile units would be, a little more limited. Or
I mean, I'm going to say that like the back half of the tour bus is basically the lab where all of your stuff is. So anything that would grant you the use of those resources is accessible through that. Now, typically, no one else except you goes to that back half because the middle and front is kind of more of the living and sleeping spaces, you know, where you guys can hang out while you're on the road.
Stay out. Stay out. My space.
Yeah.
Don't cross the line.
Don't cross the
Yes,
line.
precisely. All right, so just real quick, review your character sheets. If there's anything special that you would bring, you know, that you'd want to bring, or anything special that's already on your sheet that you don't want to bring, I just need to know a brief review of that. So we'll go around the table. We'll start with Viv.
So I've got some protective gear that I'll bring. It's kind of vague. It just says protective gear /
Okay.
armor. And then I've got my weapon, which is kind of this big, I don't know, big blade with a chain, and it's obsidian.
Yes.
Glass. So that's what I'm bringing.
Okay, Morty, outside of the lab equipment, any special things that you're bringing?
I have 3 monster slaying weapons. One is a blessed knife, which is 2 harm, hand holy. A magnum, which is 3 harm, close, reload, loud. And then my juju bag.
That's
which
right.
is 1 harm, far magic.
How many times has the Juju bag been valuable?
Once. and it was to stun the something or other in the last one, the month of werewolf. or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's right. Oh, it did finally kind of come in
Yes.
clutch, though.
So I'm batting 20% with that. So,
Yeah. All right, good. Any other special things that Morty would have or bring?
Not anything specific outside of general items in my armory, infirmary, magic lab.
Okay. All right. How about Ryder Clancy? What would Ryder be bringing, if anything?
I don't think he'd be bringing anything because his main weapons of choice are his teeth.
Yes.
So that comes equipped.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
And
How's his hunger level?
I was going to say maybe a stockpile of like
So-
human meat.
Let's say that it would be reasonable in the month that's passed since Muskegon that Ryder would have gone out occasionally for a couple days at a time
Yeah.
and returned satiated.
To lower whack.
Yeah, and coincidentally, the number of homeless people maybe in the area was reduced by small numbers.
No
but
one's
very,
It's a public service.
yeah, very like inconspicuously. You've managed to maintain control through regular feeding habits. All right, what would Sarah be doing or bringing? Sorry.
Well, I mean, she's got some normal weapons, you know, a basic knife and a 9mm. And I have a magical amulet, and I don't really know what it does, but I bring that with me in case I need it. And then basically I'm just bringing my mind because there's a lot that I can do with that.
That's right. That's right. And we'll get to some of those things like your premonitions, your start of game things while you're on the road.
Yeah.
Finally, what would John Johnson be bringing?
All pretty practical. Got a couple guns, a big knife, hidden flak vest, and my questionably suspicious big pharma company on speed dial if I ever need backup or extra equipment.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. And you also, obviously all of you also have Sarno's cell phone number too. So he did mention a contact, Sheriff Tim Popper, you know, who will be in town when you guys arrive and who will be expecting you as well. So you guys load up the even bigger Big BM. You hit the road. You're driving, we'll say through the night. You arrive in the morning. And maybe you took turns, you know, so like John Johnson's not just completely exhausted, right? So you roll into this small college town, and you hear the bells of the local church ringing. It's a kind of a quaint, you know, Louisiana small town, only a couple hours from larger cities, but you know, still very college town in kind of appearance. As you come in through the outskirts, it's more of the locals, little rundown, you know, little country, little bayou kind of vibes. But then you get into the kind of the college town area, and it's a little more vibrant. You know, you see young people walking around, lots of different restaurants and that kind of thing. So the campus is only a few blocks away from the police station. So you guys kind of get your bearings as you're driving in.
That's a first stop, Sheriff, and then we can figure out
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
set up and where we're going to be staying and looking at.
Hit up the police
And I
station.
should say that you do have space in the even bigger Big BM for sleeping, but it's kind of like sleeping on a train car. It's like these very narrow bunks, so it's not super comfortable. But
Tour bus sleeping.
yeah, like you. So there are hotel options where in town where you can look to stay as well. So you roll up, you find a spot way in the back of the police station parking lot that will allow you to park this big behemoth of a vehicle, and then you guys kind of proceed in. The police station's pretty small. It looks like there's kind of a main entrance area, a counter, a few offices, and then some like holding cells in the back. But as you come in, you see a woman at the counter in uniform, and she's like, "Good morning. Can I help you?"
Yeah, we're here to see Tim Popper. He had.
Oh, yes. Yes. Sheriff is, let me go get him. Hold on one second.
Thank you.
She kind of, darts off. You also see another officer bringing a man out from one of the holding cells and escorting him out the front door. And the man looks pretty disheveled. He has kind of shaggy brown hair with some gray on the sides. Looks like he hasn't shaved in a couple weeks. His clothes look like maybe he got them out of a dumpster or like one of those clothes donations places, like kind of very worn and stuff. They escort him out. And a moment later, an older man with who's kind of like thin on top, thin hair, gray crown of hair, but physically fit in a nice crisp uniform comes out and he says, "Good morning, I'm Sheriff Tim Popper. Can I help you all?"
Morning, Tim. A contact of mine had given us your information and said that you might be in need of some help with a recent incident this past weekend.
You see his eyes open up and he says, "Oh, Frank."
Yes.
He says, "Let's step into my office." He leads you kind of past the little half-wall gate thing, walk down a short hallway, you go to this office. It is pretty tight. Like the five of you can stand in there, but there's only like 2 chairs in his desk. Once everybody goes in, he kind of closes the door and he leans forward and he says, "Well, first of all, thank you for coming. I've known Frank for a number of years. Believe it or not, prior to his big work in New York City, he was down in New Orleans, and we had some time there when we were both a lot younger. I'm not sure how much Frank told you about what we're dealing with here, but it's a kind of situation where I find myself out of my depth, so to speak. And frankly, I was hoping that maybe Frank would be able to help out himself, but I trust if he sent you that maybe you all will be able to help us out. And by us, I mean, I have tried to keep this under wraps so that folks don't get into a panic. But unfortunately, day before yesterday, one of the students at the university was found dead. She, by all accounts, did not have any problems. We suspected perhaps it was a suicide because of the circumstances, but this was a very nice girl. No history of drugs. I'm still waiting to hear back on the toxicology report, but my suspicion is that it's going to be clean. Now her family knows, and obviously the roommates at the house know. She's on one of the on-campus houses, but it's not owned by the university. It is owned by a private rental company. And there are a group of roommates that live there, and it was one of the kids that was one of the roommates that found her. She was found in a bathtub. All of her clothes were on. Her body did not have any injuries, bruising, lacerations. And as I said, I'm waiting for a toxicology report to come back. But my suspicion, based on what I've been able to gather about this this young girl is that she was not someone who dabbled in drugs or alcohol. So it's quite confounding how this happened, and more so why. Some of her roommates are obviously, as you can imagine, quite devastated. I have talked with all of them to ask them questions about what she'd been doing, and not a lot of real concrete information that would point to why she would do this.
So you're assuming it's a suicide?
Well, I don't know how well you know Frank, but in our time as officers down in New Orleans, we saw some things that didn't always make sense. And to me, this doesn't make sense. This girl had everything going for her. From all the interviews that I was able to do, no history of mental illness, no reason. No reasons, no circumstances that would explain why she would kill herself. But also no evidence that she was drowned by someone. The only fingerprints that came up on the door to the bathroom and any of the surfaces in the bathroom were those of the rest of the housemates. Now, I have told those housemates to maintain a low profile. There have been some reporters that have tried to stop by once word got out that this girl had drowned. And obviously I'm under some pressure here to determine what's happened, because the university has a reputation to maintain. The mayor is concerned about some of those things. So I'm hoping that maybe if Frank sent you, that you're the right kind of people that could find out a little bit more about this.
Question, are there any local legends or, these myths or, kind of rumors of
Similar other incidents, other similar incidents?
Yeah, or like not a Loch Ness monster type of deal, but
Well,
like
Folklore.
folklore, yeah.
We are in the country. We are in Louisiana. And quite frankly, the answer is yes. Absolutely. Folklore? Certainly. You know how many homes and old plantations and mansions there are in this state that are rumored to be haunted? You know how many cryptids there are that are supposed to be running around, Bigfoots in the forests and weird water alligator people in the bayou, the swamps? He says there's so much that I couldn't even begin to imagine it. Thing is, though, is that there's no physical evidence of any of these things with the death of this girl. I can't explain why I called Frank. I just called him because this felt like something was off. Now, unofficially, I would appreciate your help. Officially, I cannot condone whatever investigations you all are going to be making. So I hope you understand the context of that.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I will share with you any information that arises on my end. He gives you a card. It's got his phone number. He's like, please call me if you uncover anything. Let's keep the lines of communication open. But again, as I mentioned to Frank on the phone, this is time sensitive on account of the public relations aspect that we're talking about here. He says, now, I'm assuming you are out of town. If you are, I'm going to give you the address of the house where the girl was found and the other students live is called Shafer House. It's an old historical Victorian home that has for decades been used as student housing. Only seniors, juniors and seniors can live off campus outside of the dorms, as it is with many universities. But I'm going to give you the address so you can go over there, do what you do. I trust you, and I trust Frank. So if he sent you, I'm hoping for the best.
Quick question to get some leads. Were any of her housemates home when this happened? The night it happened, or did they find her?
Yeah, how was she found, or when was, yeah.
Just so we can know who we can start talking to.
Certainly. Well, some of them are athletes, so some were not at the house, they were at practice. I believe 2 of them were at the house at the time. But you should know that this house on the 2nd floor has 2 bathrooms. One of them was the bathrooms that the 2 girls used. The other was the one that the 4 boys share. The other girl, who is a roommate, she was not home. She was at practice. She's a volleyball player. But 2 of the boys were home. To my knowledge, though, they were not on the 2nd floor when I talked with them. They were watching TV on the main level. They said that they did not hear anything. The boy who discovered her came home from practice. He is a swimmer. And he said he knocked on her door, no one answered. He noticed the light on in the bathroom, knocked on the bathroom door, no one answered. Door was unlocked. He opened it up, and that's when he found the girl. Girl's name, by the way, is Fflueder.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
I have told the roommates that there may be some folks coming to talk with them, so I hope that they will be cooperative with you.
All right.
Well, first things first, purge the house, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's, hold the fire and
Contaminate
all
a crime
that.
scene. Yep.
Well, crime scene's done, right? It served its purpose.
Gonna be plenty of fingerprints now.
But yeah, what, should we go to the house then?
Yeah.
What time of day is it, did you say?
So,
morning.
Bill doesn't know exactly how long it takes to drive to New Orleans, but I'm thinking you guys drove for like 12 hours, with some gas refuel stops, that kind of stuff. So let's just say that it's like 9 a.m.
Okay.
Okay. And is it a school day or is it a weekend?
Yeah, it's a school day. We're gonna say
because
that
it happened over the weekend and it's 2 days later.
Yeah.
So come on, get with.
And is it
remember
during
that
the
being
school
said.
year right now?
You
Like,
said
is it
Yes.
fall or
Yes.
something?
It
Okay.
is. It's school is in session. We're gonna say that it's in September. School's in session. Sports are in effect. All that kind of
Rough way
stuff.
to start the semester.
How close was the house to like the campus?
On campus.
It is about.
You said it's on campus.
I mean, like how close like buildings,
Campus is kind of spread out, but it's about 6 blocks away from like the quad.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's walkable.
Just things get. Okay. Yeah.
And there are, like I said, there are lots of, restaurants, bars, that kind of stuff in Campus Town, bookstores, that sort of stuff.
Let's go clubbing.
So,
At 9 a.m.
you guys head back to the big VM.
30s.
Yep. All right.
All right, you go back in. Whose start of game special ability should we start with first? Sarah, would you have a flash? Is that what you're thinking? Is that
Or
your
would you have it
premonition?
in the house? Would you have it here or would you have it in the house?
I might have it in the house where there's a little bit more stuff going on.
Yeah.
Viv.
Yeah. So you've got the basics. You know the address. You guys drive over to Shafer House, and it's on kind of a quiet residential block. There's a church at the end of the block. You hear the bells ring. You see it's kind of in like the center of the block. Indeed looks historic, and it also looks like student housing. Like at some point this Victorian house was probably beautiful, and it looks like now where college students live. It's kind of, some of the paint's chipped and the front porch boards are a little warped and wonky, but it's a grand old house, huge front porch, swing on the front porch.
There's flags instead of
Yeah.
curtains.
Those of you who are into landscaping, there's kind of some patches of grass that are have a lot of clover and weeds, So it kind of looks like a house that college students live in that maybe is not so perfectly maintained, by the landlord. But you are able to pull up and find parking.
Another quick question. Do the students know we're going to be at this house?
Said people would be stopping by.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he told them, he didn't say specifically it was
Right.
coming, but he told them that there would be some people who are working on the case that would be coming.
Name drop. Tim, and we'll be good.
Yes.
Okay.
Popper.
Yeah. Sheriff Popper.
So I've got a starting deal as well. Roll to see what is revealed about your immediate future. So
I think you should make that roll now because rolling dice is exciting. So many good or bad things could happen. Seven, that
okay.
means that it kind of works.
yes, so I get a vague hint about whatever this is.
Okay, you step off of the stairs from your big tour bus and you see this house. You get a flash. You get a flash, but it's not daytime. It's like you're looking from the same spot at this house, and it's nighttime, and you see like lights, like party lights from the inside. You see like dozens of kids inside, through the windows, on the front porch. There's a keg on the front porch, like a party, like a rager.
That's it.
But it seems also very, like something is not modern about it. Like it seems like the hairstyles and the clothing are a little dated.
How dated are we talking?
Like late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
So, but it's just this flash.
Okay.
Witch hunt time.
Okay, so you guys kind of walk up the little cracked concrete sidewalk that leads to the front porch. You go up on the front porch. The boards creak when you walk up. You see that the front door also has like a screen door, and there's a doorbell, but there's a knocker, and then there's a note, like a piece of paper, and somebody wrote like, knock on door, bell doesn't work.
Knock.
All right, so you kind of open
Slam
the
that
screen
knocker.
door, you hit the knocker, and a moment goes by, no response.
Knock again.
You hear from inside, you're like, bro, your pizza's here, get your ass up.
9 a.m. pizza. Okay.
So,
College breakfast.
so like
Really late pizza.
2 minutes later, not even 2 minutes, like 45 seconds later, you hear the lock on the door, and then the door opens, and you see this, I don't want to say short, but like maybe like 5'8" dude with just messy, dirty blonde hair that just looks like it's sideways, like he literally just woke up kind of look. Maybe hasn't shaved in a day. He looks like he's in his like early to mid 20s, and he's wearing like a t-shirt that is also all wrinkled. And like shorts, but like no socks or shoes. And he like looks and he's like, "You're not Domino's."
Yeah, we're with Sheriff Popper.
He says, "Oh, I forgot about that. Come on in." And he turns around.
Do people frequently die in here?
So as you guys go in, you see that this like there's a front room that's huge, right? And there's kind of like a little V of couches and then some chairs and then like a big TV that's kind of right in front of the fireplace. And you see him kind of walk over to the couch, and like the TV's on, and he just like sits down on the couch. And like you see there's also like stairs that go upstairs. There's like a little hallway, and you can kind of see like a kitchen and something beyond that, like a bathroom door.
So do a couple of us want to like sit down and talk to this kid while the rest of us kind of stroll
He
around?
says, "So, yeah, you guys are here about Eve." Oh, I should mention that like the seating area and the coffee table is just littered with like bags of Cheetos and like crumbs and like a plate with half of a sandwich on it and like a small 12-inch bong and like an ashtray. And he's like, so you guys are here about Eve, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a bummer, man. Total bummer. I don't know what happened.
Were you the one that came back and found her, or were you
No,
just
that was Emmett. I was here. I was watching TV.
Did you hear anything?
No, I mean, I remember coming home, and we had just put on a movie, and then we were watching TV, and then I don't know. I don't really know how long went by. Yeah, wait, maybe like an hour and a half, because the movie was almost done. That's when Emmett came back from swim practice, and then he like went upstairs. Did he ask me something? He's like, I don't remember what he asked me. But then he came back and he went upstairs, and then it was like a little while after that that's when he found Eve.
Did you say you were starting the movie when she came home? Is that what you said?
Yeah, like we had just rented the movie. He's like, wait, hold on, I have an idea. I could go into my Amazon Prime account and find out the exact moment in time when I rented the movie. Yeah.
We could come back to that. Revisit
Yeah,
that
I also
later.
want to know what movie.
Yes. It was
Pineapple.
Besides the point.
it was Groundhog's Day.
Hell yeah.
Of course it was.
That movie's hilarious, man. I thought you guys were the pizza guy.
Yeah,
But I can't remember if I ordered the pizza or if I just thought about it.
I think Domino's is open yet.
Why don't you show us to Eve's room and the bathroom upstairs?
Yeah, man, I could do that. Let's go do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. He's like, I'm Tom, by the way. Tom Spitzberg. I'm a graduate student.
Is there anyone else in the house, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think everybody's home, but it's kind of early. I like to get up in the morning, and you guys aren't cops, right?
Yeah, we told you we were affiliated with the sheriff, and your bong was still on the table, and we didn't do anything.
But you're not cops.
No, we're not cops.
I like to, I mean, my classes don't start until 1 p.m. So I like to wake up early and have a bowl of like Captain Crunch and smoke a bowl just to get in the right headspace before my classes. But yeah, man, I could take you upstairs. Let's go upstairs. I'm pretty sure everybody else is sleeping, but maybe somebody went to, I don't know, man. Like I live with a lot of jocks, and they like go to the gym. You know, they wake up like every morning. They have like a protein shake, and he's just like literally walking and talking as he's going up the stairs. So I presumably follow him.
Yep.
Yes.
He leads you up the stairs again. Creak, like some of the stairs are like slightly not level, you know, and they creak as you go up. The railing creaks. It's kind of wonky. He gets to the top of the stairs, and you see kind of a long, it sort of T's, it hits like a T intersection. So there's like a long hallway. And he kind of gets up to the left, and he turns and he's like, that's the girls' rooms and their bathroom. And he goes, that's where all the dudes live. And so the left is like the girls' side, the right is the guys' side. And then he goes over to this light switch, and it's one of those old light switches where there's like two buttons. You push it in, and the other one pops out, and like that turns it on. So he's like, and nothing happens. He's like, it's fucking light, man. He turns it off, and he presses it again. He does this like 3 or 4 times, and you see the light like kind of go like and flicker, and then he finally hits it and it turns on. So there's like a little hallway light. So you see to the left, you see 2 doors like that look like bedroom doors, and then you see an open door, and you see some like daylight coming through it. So you assume that that's the bathroom. And he says as much. He's like, that's at the end of the hall next to the bathroom. That's Eve's room. And then Maddie lives in that room, and then that's the bathroom.
How long have you lived in this house?
This is my second year, man. I moved in here my senior year, and then I got my degree, and then in photography I have a minor in French, and then I stayed here and renewed the lease, but I needed roommates, so I put up a piece of paper on campus saying that I was looking for roommates, and then like everybody else moved in here, man, because this place is dope and we have awesome parties.
Have you ever had anything weird happen in your 2 years living in the South?
Yeah, all the time, man. One time it rained a lot, and there was a leak in my room, and then after it dried up, like the spot that it made in the ceiling kind of looked like a cosmic alien. And so, you know what I did was I took Tide and I painted the Tide around the outline of the thing. And then when I turn my black light on, it looks like a fucking alien blob squid thing, man. It's awesome.
That's
if you want to
wild.
see it, yeah.
That's awesome, Tom.
No. Bathroom.
You hear a door at the other end of the hallway open up. And you see a young man, looks like maybe a little younger than Tom, with like red hair, kind of in an athletic outfit with like a gym bag. And he kind of opens the door and he like looks down the hallway at you guys. And he's like, hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Tom, why are these people in our house?
We're just here. We had been talking to, off Sheriff Topper, or Sheriff Popper, sorry. Tim Popper. Topper. We know him really well. That's why we get his name right. And we're just stopping by asking some questions. So we were just talking to your roommate, Tom, here. You know, are you Emmett?
Yes. But I didn't know you guys were coming, and I'm like late to swim practice already. Would it be possible to like talk another time?
We can get Emmett later.
I'll be back in like 2 hours, and then I have a break between classes, so I was just gonna come home and do homework.
That works.
Yeah, we'll talk to you when you come back to the house. Sure, we'll be
He's like,
here.
this is about Eve, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see.
You see, the kid genuinely looks crestfallen. Like he's obviously, like this is hitting him hard. He says, yeah, he's like, how about I just come back after practice? I should be back by like 11:30.
That works.
He
Thank you.
nods, and he kind of walks past you, goes down the stairs. Meanwhile, Tom's like, so you wanted to see Eve's room? Right this way, people. And he walks over, and he like wiggles the doorknob, and he opens it up. And he's like, that's her room, and that's the bathroom, man. I'm not going into the bathroom because it creeps me out.
Quick question. When we were walking up or through the house, did we see any like unusual memorabilia or like pictures or anything in the house since it is an older house, or is it pretty much stripped down?
It was very basic. Like some of the paint on the walls and the plaster is actually like cracked. Not a lot of like decoration.
So no history hanging up or anything?
No,
Okay.
nothing that looks like it's historically tied to the house.
Okay.
So you're on the girls' wing, the girls' side of the hallway. He kind of stands back out of the way.
Thanks, Tom. We'll call you if we need you.
Yeah, man. I'm fixing to have some Captain Crunch. I'll be downstairs. And he kind of walks off downstairs. You guys enter the room or the bathroom? Which one?
I want to go to the bathroom because
Yeah,
I want to
that's
see
where
if
it
I could
happened.
feel anything
Yeah.
or see anything
Okay.
with my
Ryder
permission.
wants some Captain Crunch.
So the bathroom has that old-fashioned like white subway tile
Okay.
kind of walls, and then there's a freestanding like clawfoot old bathtub, and it looks like it's been the like seat like the it's been sealed. Like you see some cracks. It looks like it's been sealed, but it looks like old. Then there's like a basic sink with a mirror that has like a medicine cabinet, and then there's a little vanity thing that like is just kind of under the window, and you see like hairspray and a hairdryer and products and stuff up there. There are 2 towel rack things, like not racks, but like, you know, those, I don't know what you call them, like hooks for the towel, like 2 metal
circle.
hooks that also kind of look very dated, as if they were part of the original bathroom. And that's what you see when you walk in.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can see something bad that's yet to happen.
Is this your premonition?
It is my premonition.
Time to roll for a premonition.
Okay, when I was rolling earlier, all I got were 1s, so.
Oh, you got them out of the way. It's all good now. There you go, 8.
8
works.
plus my weird, which would be a 10. Which means I get a detailed vision of something that is something bad that's yet to happen.
Okay. Something bad that's yet to happen.
Yes.
Bell rings.
You see a flash as you are in this bathroom. You see a flash in the bathroom of a girl with blonde hair. She has a towel wrapped around her, so it's almost like she's just gotten out of the bath. That's kind of your interpretation of what you're seeing in the vision. And you see her like looking into the mirror. And you notice her expression change. Like it goes from like, you know, somebody who looks like they just got out of the bath and she grabs a hairbrush and she's brushing her hair and like goes to grab the blow dryer, but then all of a sudden it's like she freezes and she's staring at the mirror with this blank 1,000-mile stare kind of stare into the mirror.
Did she say Bloody Mary 3 times?
I think
That's almost the vibe. Like you almost get a vibe of it. It kind of gives you chills.
I think there might be something in the mirror.
the prime time to
Or there's
investigate a
portal
mystery.
in the medicine cabinet.
Let's go Scooby-Doo.
Is Sarah the only one in the bathroom right now?
No, you're.
I figured
Oh, we're all.
I'm going to assume that you.
All 5
of us are getting
Well, I
on
didn't know
it.
if some people stayed in the bedroom.
Right. At any point, I mean, you like, if you want to go into the bedroom next, that's fine. Or if you want to split the party, then I'll assume that, like, you know, just tell me if you're bathroom or bedroom.
I think we should split up.
Well, I'm
They're
in the
literally right
bathroom.
next to each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all just in the hallway between
Yeah.
the two.
Kind of checking it out.
Yeah, I'll be bathroom. So.
Yeah. I'll go into the
Okay.
bedroom.
So your bathroom. What are you doing? Bedroom.
bedroom.
You go in the bedroom.
Bedroom.
So you see a very basic bedroom. There's like a window unit, like an air conditioning unit in there. There's like a modest bed. There's a dresser and a closet, and there's some posters, you know, like pop stars and stuff like that. And it very much looks like and a little. There's like a little. Like desk with like a light and a mirror. You see some makeup, you see some school books, nightstand next to the bed. I guess since you're in the bedroom, you would also, you don't need to make any rolls, but you would also see like a collage where you see like a picture of this girl with friends, and then like there's one from homecoming last year, and here's one from, you know, when she went on this trip to Mexico with her parents or whatever. And the picture that you see is also showing like there's multiple shots of this girl in the pictures who's like wearing like a dance, different costumes, and like they're literally like action shots from dance routines. Not like TikTok, like real dance, you know, like dance company dance. And you see kind of like that stuff as part of the collection. And just as an FYI, Sarah, the girl that you see in the picture, who you presume is Eve because you're in her bedroom, does not look like the girl that you saw in your vision.
Is that their other roommate?
Or a person from the 90s or 2000s.
girls in college? What? That's crazy.
Or from Marie's Flash, where it was like the 90s, 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they wearing Ed Hardy?
Juicy couture.
So,
Is there anything else to be gained? Any, like, if we poke around in or the,
yeah,
end table?
now you could roll investigate a mystery, sure.
Okay, investigate
Why
a
not?
mystery. Oh, I get +2, sweet. 8.
Okay. You you find in the drawer of her nightstand. On top of her nightstand, there is a book of Elizabethan poetry. But in the drawer of her nightstand is more pictures and dumb little collectible things, and then a bottle of diet pills.
You're not supposed to go through a woman's nightstand.
It's amphetamines, speed.
Poppers.
Yeah.
Are they like poppers? Like Tim Popper?
Yes, sure. They're totally
Full circle.
you find her stash of. Now,
There
to
we
be
go.
clear, it is prescribed. There's a prescription for it, and it has, Eve Lurie. It's a local pharmacy that fills it.
Poppers. Go tell Tim Popper that they're poppers. Okay. And then nothing else. I'm not going through her.
You find like an old program from like one of her dance performances.
Or prescription drugs. Eve's not so drug-free, is she?
Well, they're prescribed. I mean, yeah.
So she was under pressure maybe from her dance company.
Was that Lee as her dance instructor? Then yeah.
Okay. Well, so I think we've kind of gleaned everything we can out of the bedroom.
I want to investigate a mystery. I want to see if I can get a hold on that bathroom mirror.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go
game on.
on that.
Roll the heavy dice.
Ooh, that's a big old fail 6.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you check the
mid.
mirror.
That's
here's
my
what
that's my
happens.
experience.
You check the mirror, you open the door. The mirror is the door of the medicine cabinet. You find lots of basic things in the medicine cabinet and like backup makeup and lipsticks and
Sarah, I got nothing. It's a mirror.
it just looks like a conventional collection of things that you would find.
Maybe you're not spooky enough to see behind the mirror.
I am zero spooky.
You do hear someone coming up the squeaky stairs.
Okay.
And it sounds like it's at a pretty quick trot.
Let's go see who it is.
Yeah, so you kind of pop out.
Yep.
And you see a young, well-built black guy with a gym bag, and he is sweaty. And he kind of comes up the stairs and he sees you guys. He's like, "Ah, what the hell, man? Who are you people? Why are you in our place?"
Tom let us in.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, "Fucking Tom."
We're with
He's like,
Tim
"Oh,
Popper, the
Tim
sheriff.
Popper.
Oh, you notice when you say that, his eyes look over the bathroom door. And he's like, immediately gets emotional. He's like, "Oh, you're here about Eve, huh?"
That's why we're here.
He's like, yeah, that's where Emmett found her. He's like, it's wrong. It's terrible. She was a sweet girl. Had everything, the whole world in front of her. I don't get why she would do that.
Is there anything you can tell us about the relationship between Eve and Emmett? If there is any.
He goes, bro, he's like, sorry, sir. There's no
I like
relationship.
bro, it's
like,
alright, cool.
just straight up housemates.
Okay, all right.
He goes, Emmett,
It seems odd to me that he went into the girl's bathroom and
yeah,
found
if you
a
knew
body.
Emmett, it's not that odd.
was
Like,
Wow.
he kind of doesn't know social things sometimes, but I mean, he's a good guy, don't get me wrong, okay? And he's a really good swimmer. Like, he kills at swimming. But, he doesn't, like, I'll put it to you like this. We usually have a party once or twice a week, and he's kind of like the one who, the people at the party like hope that he doesn't come up and talk to, because then they get like trapped in a conversation with him about some random shit that nobody wants to talk about. You feel me?
Sure.
It's kind of like that. I mean, he's a good dude, but, there was definitely no relationship there. Like, Eve was in a whole nother galaxy. of the dating pool, if you feel me.
Was she dating anyone?
Not like serious, no. I mean, her whole life was dance. And that was like she was a straight kid, you know? I mean, she didn't party. Like when we would have parties, she might, and I mean might have a beer. That's it. But even then, she's like more worried about calories than, you know, anything else. Like she was a very focused athlete. And I say that because I'm an incredible athlete. I wrestle. But I mean, I had mad respect for that girl. She was incredible.
Amphetamines will do that. What was your name, sir?
I'm Mark Gallo.
Good to meet you. Let's see, anything else from Mark?
He says, are you guys going to be here for a minute? Because I just got back from practice and I need to hop in the shower right quick. But
We'll probably be here a little bit more, but yeah, we can let you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
He walks down the hall, and you notice he presses like a little bit down the hall on the boys' side is one of those other like light switches, and he's like, and the lights flick, and he has to go back and forth like 3 times before the hall light comes on, and then you see him go into a room.
Perfect. Should we continue on investigating the house? Looking elsewhere?
Yeah, I mean,
I want to go in the bathroom
Well,
because I was in
biffed
the
the
bedroom.
mirror.
So
but maybe someone else can get a little more insight.
I want to see
Yeah,
that.
can you do
alien.
any of your like,
I wanted to read a bad situation in the bathroom. Yeah.
Please do. I mean, to be clear,
that hard.
to be clear, the situation's not bad. The bathroom,
it's a safe bathroom.
so
It's a safe bathroom.
I'm gonna say that like
There's still nothing.
Viv goes like all in, right? You're like looking under the clawfoot. Like there's no blood, there's no, like it looks like literally just a bathtub. I will say this, even though you whiffed on your roll, the like the shower curtain thing, you know, that goes around the bathtub to keep the bathroom from flooding because it's a clawfoot, is bone dry, as if maybe no one's used this in the last couple days.
Understandable.
Well, who would, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's
Well, okay.
the other girl roommate, but it
So
looks
it's not
it does not look
Okay.
like even the
Right.
like everything is dry.
Right.
Like this bathroom hasn't been used.
So it's uncontained. Yeah, you can see it's not tampered with.
Well, someone would have had to have drained the bathtub at
Well,
some
that
point,
was
so-
a couple days ago,
Yeah.
so I mean, maybe when they did
using
initial
since.
investigation, got the body out, they would have.
Spooky,
Got
can you do
rid of
anything
water.
else?
But yeah, you had.
You just did your
the view, so you kind of know
you
what's
got-
what.
I know something that's going to happen in the future. I don't know
Did you
anything that's
mark
happening
experience?
I
now.
mean, you had the
whiffing your
vision.
roll.
I mean, I can see if there's any spirits hanging out in the bathroom, since I do know that there was something in the mirror.
Yeah.
Truck, yeah.
Or
I
could
can
we
try
try
that.
and hone in on the girl you saw, try and figure out who that is?
I guess, do we know what Eve looks like? Like she's not
you saw
blonde, I
pictures
guess.
in the bedroom.
No, you just saw
Yeah, you
pictures.
saw
She is
pictures.
blonde.
We were in
Oh, she is blonde.
Eve is
Okay.
blonde. You saw tons of pictures.
And the other girl is blonde.
But a different.
Eve has a
Yeah.
very slim, athletic dancer build with like blonde hair, and you saw a whole bunch of pictures.
Would we have seen the other girl in the pictures? Like she took pictures with her roommates? And
No.
No?
I thought about that. No. Perhaps that is something you will find out about.
this other
different
girl in vision
year.
does not.
Although I will say that the other bedroom
Well,
door
yeah.
that you were standing no more than 3 feet away from is closed currently.
Going to Maddie's room.
The church bells ring from down the block.
That means it's okay to peek.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Can knock. We can do the fake pretend knock. See if Maddie's if the room
Roll
is
to
not
see if
there.
you can open the door.
There's no
No,
answer.
roll.
When you knock, no one answers.
Okay. I go in.
It's unlocked.
Open the door.
Okay. You find another girl bedroom full of colorful decor and an IKEA bed that's, you know, got the cool drawers underneath for storage with the cubby bins. And then there's like a desk and a nice cool thing. And you see like a messy closet.
Okay.
And you also see pictures and a montage of pictures and other posters and clippings from cool things. And in those pictures, you see another girl who is also blonde. And that girl looks like the one that you saw in your vision.
We've got a lead.
Too many blondes.
You're gonna die. Oh,
Said the blonde.
In those montage of pictures, though, in addition to like party scenes and that kind of stuff and selfies, you see several shots, action shots of this girl playing volleyball, like just epic digs on the floor and just huge like slams, like all
The girl whose room we're in.
Yes.
Maddie's.
So you have come to believe that Maddie's room is, the room you're in. She looks like the girl that Sarah saw in her vision, and it looks like she's a volleyball player.
So just to confirm, everyone we've met is involved in a different sport. Like
Except
no
for
one-
Tom.
Except for the stoner.
Tom's doing his own thing.
He's a grad student.
Writer's trying to feel out, like, if Tom has family. Like,
Hear me out. I feel like we should investigate his room. Purely because what if the leak in his roof was something different?
Maybe
Time
you
to go
solo
another
that
edit.
one.
Okay.
Any other, like, do you dig deeper than just like kind of the cursory look in?
I didn't feel bad about looking through a dead girl's end table, but
You feel bad about going through a living?
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, we could also play
We
electrician
could-
and see if their faulty wiring has anything to do with the spooky house.
Do you try the light switches?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
Code.
It is
Morse code?
once again
The
faulty.
aliens?
Yeah.
Like you flip the switch and you're like it kind of does the halfway pop out, so you have to press the off and then you press the on again, and then the light comes on. But you notice that in both Eve's room and Maddie's room that they also had like lamps on their night tables or their nightstands, and other lamps next to their work desks. So maybe they don't use the crappy pendant lights that are in each of their rooms. You get that impression.
okay. Should we investigate elsewhere in the house?
I want to know who I can talk to. I want to know
Yes.
where Maddie's at.
So on the other end of the hallway, like you don't even have to walk down there, right? Like you can see on the other end of the hallway, there's the 4 bedroom doors of like the boy, you presume of like the boys' rooms, and then at the end of the hallway is another bathroom. And you actually, as you're coming out of Maddie's room, you know what? I wonder if he would notice this. Make me a roll. Just roll 2 dice.
6 bedrooms on 1 floor.
5.
And 2
5. All right,
bathrooms.
you're lucky. You guys are like coming out of Maddie's room, and you see like Mark, the kid that you just met, like he walks out of his room with like a bathrobe and like a towel over his shoulder, and he's walking to the bathroom, but he didn't seem to notice you guys coming out of Maddie's room. And he goes into the bathroom. You see him like flip the lights and then close the door. Then like
Okay.
20 seconds later, you hear the sound of water. He's in the shower.
Go into Mark's room.
Yeah. Let's go
He's
to Mark's room.
So
occupied.
Mark's oblivious, so we can just...
Mark's oblivious.
Yeah.
Mark
Just
failed,
like
Mark
ducking
failed his
out.
role. He
Like,
is
does
oblivious
Mark
to you
have
guys.
any collages? Doubtful, but no.
Do you go to Mark's room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick,
check out
being
Mark.
cognizantly aware of the timing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you hear
not
the
dilly
shower,
dally.
like
Yeah.
you hear the water going.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll say like, because by now it's like 10 a.m. You hear like music. He's playing music, like presumably through his phone or something. You
Still
hear
waiting on
music playing.
Domino's. Yeah.
You look into Mark's room, and it is impeccably well organized. Like it has one of those loft beds, and then underneath the bed is like a full office suite with like an epic looking computer, like the kind that has like LED lights and water cooled, and like a kick-ass keyboard and like a double screen, display. And then like it's just like clean and very well organized. Like the only thing that's slightly not organized is his gym bag that's like been deposited in front of his closet door. Like even his books, like his school books, are like meticulously stacked on the windowsill.
So this guy's a serial killer.
He's a neat freak. He's a neat freak.
Well, he's a gamer.
I mean, are we looking for anything specific in here, or just...
I want to check out the computer to see if he is using that for like PC gaming or if it's like his school computer.
I think
I'm not even like, because it's weird to me that this dude who's dedicated to wrestling is also like this hardcore like gamer if he's got this rig.
Okay.
So I'm gonna investigate on that. 6.
All right, you go over and shake the mouse, and it says, "Fuck you guys, stay off my computer."
Oh shit.
Cool. Instead of saying like enter password, that's what pops up on the screens.
All right.
Cool. Okay, not getting anywhere there.
I could investigate a mystery what's being concealed here.
Go ahead.
There you go.
Emails.
6.
The only thing I'll tell you is that lined up on the shelf above his computer stack are a series of books, and every single one of them is a programming language. It's like, and some of them are old, like assembly language, Fortran, Pascal, cascading style sheets. Like it's all this. They're all computer programming and computer science books.
So wrestler and computer nerd.
Yeah.
Did he say what his major was or any? He didn't say anything. No.
I think the only major we know is Tom's.
Well, he had a degree in photography. We don't know what he's going to grad school for.
That's
He
true.
didn't say.
Oh no,
No,
was
that
it a
was
minor in
for-
French?
That was, yeah, but that was what
That
his
was-
undergrad was.
This is beside the point.
Yes. Clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Shower's running.
So I'll say it was like 5 minutes that you guys were kind of poking around in Mark's room.
Well, I mean, our only big lead right now is the great premonition in the bathroom.
Yeah,
with
and that Maddie, yeah.
But it's like anything else in the house.
You guys
we're
did
doing
see
anything?
which door Emmett came out of. Remember when he walked out of
Oh,
his
yeah,
bedroom
he's
door? So
gone.
you know that his
We have 2 hours. Yeah.
bedroom door is right next to Mark's. It's on the same
may as well-
side.
Let's
Check it
continue the
out.
trespassing. Yep. Let's,
Hey, you know, we got official police
college.
approval. Yeah,
It's college.
You go into Emmett's room and you see it's like an average room.
experience.
There are some like trophies that look like they go back to like childhood, and there's like a
sad.
collage of pictures of him at all these different swim meets, and it looks like it's, you know, you see the same like red-haired kid going all the way back to like first grade.
brought his childhood trophies to college with him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
Okay.
and you see like he has like a moderate sized bed, and then he has like a single chair with like a small TV stand with like a monitor and an Xbox and like a bunch of Xbox games. You see like his desk has some school books on it, but they're all like gen eds, so you get the impression that maybe he's like a freshman or a sophomore.
Okay. Can I investigate a mystery to poke around a little bit real quick?
Yes.
Okay.
I should say too that he has the loft bed thing too. So like his Xbox thing in his desk is all underneath the bed.
Okay. 6, 8. +2. Do I find anything?
You kind of like poke around in like, you know, his nightstand and you know, some of the drawers of his desk and stuff. You don't really find anything that's absolutely like eye-catching. Nothing that really would get your attention. Like it seems like he seems like the average college kid. You know, he's got his laptop for school, some school books. He's got like a, you know, one of those little portable printers on his desk, and then he's got his Xbox and the screen and his.
Cool.
All these kids seem
Do we
pretty
keep?
clean.
Yeah. Do we keep poking or do we?
Adam, how's
investigate?
your juju bag? How does that work if you tried something on the mirror? Could you juju some reaction?
Well, it's one harm far magic, but I mean, I do have my magic lab
Oh, that's right.
in which
You
I
got
can
that
use
whole truck with
magic,
us.
which, so it's like, I mean.
I just think we should
I
kind
can
of
do
focus
some-
on this mirror a little bit, since that's the
Can I try to,
potential cause with Maddie's.
because I don't know what the
future.
limits or what the, you know, abilities of my magic entail. I think we were trying to keep it,
I think
you
we
know,
got
pretty
magic
character.
options, right?
Yeah. If there's like a, not a spell, but if I can do my own vision or something, or intuition, is that a
We can.
That's something, or because that's kind of outside of the character.
You got
but-
magic observe another time or place. Maybe use some science there.
Yeah, what was that? Yeah, is that me? Like, yeah.
Well, because I don't know. You might be able to look into Eve when she.
What weird do you have?
I've got a +2 weird.
Actually,
I'm going to say that you could try, but because you
we
have
had,
to be
like-
very specific about what you're trying.
Right.
You can't just be like, I want to know things.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know, like,
could we look
how would
back in
Morty
time
be thinking
to
about
when
this?
Eve was in the bathroom when?
Well, we've got
know
a premonition
specific,
from
yeah.
like the late 90s, early 2000s that Viv had at the start before we even walked in the house.
Just to be clear, you guys are still in Emmett's room.
All right, we can go back.
Yeah, let's get out.
No, but
Yeah.
you still hear the shower
Yeah.
like running from the boys' bathroom.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say,
It
like,
wasn't
you're-
bad. We got approval by the cops. We can do what we want right now. But we do have
Suddenly-
a rough time frame.
Yeah, let's get out of the room.
suddenly the TV that Emmett plays Xbox on turns on, and you see this.
Foreclosed Tristan Bold 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener.
Tonight, a death investigation. Police found a dead woman in a bathtub with all of her clothes on.
Police are calling this death a homicide because of the suspicious nature surrounding it. The crime scene unit just pulled up about 5 minutes ago. They found the woman fully clothed in a bathtub of her bathroom.
We know the victim's mother had not heard from her daughter.
A neighbor who lives on an upper floor from the victim was visibly upset today and says the woman was, she said that she was a happy person, ran into her often, didn't know of any issues. Now detectives are looking into the circumstances surrounding this death.
But at this time, police say they have not arrested anyone in connection to this case.
After the honeymoon, but when I got back and I found out that he'd stolen Ben. Lies have gotten all of us into so much trouble.
And when it comes to hot coffee, these cups won't cut it anymore. This is Ember, a smarter coffee thermos designed to keep your hot drinks at your temperature. Once you've made the switch, all you need to do is use the hidden touch display to set your perfect temperature. Within minutes, your Ember will notify you when your drink's ready, and you'll never drink cold coffee again.
That's
The TV then turns off.
That's a little spooky.
Where can we find one of those mugs?
Shower still going?
Yes.
Okay.
Other than TV, were there any other electrical disturbances that we noticed? Or anything?
Wiring in this house
When that
sucks.
happened,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
You guys were all in Emmett's bedroom, and that's what happened.
I really wish someone could like sense for spirits right now.
Right?
It's almost like
You hear
Eve
the
is
water.
trying to.
You hear the water turn off in the bathroom.
Can I manipulate someone?
Who are you going to manipulate?
Kid in the bathroom.
You can go in there and see what you're talking.
What do you want to say to him?
No, I want to keep him in the bathroom.
Okay, so what would you say to him?
You're not done in the bathroom.
Wow, that's ominous. To be clear, it's not mind control.
Right.
So if you say
But
that,
I have mind control.
do you?
I do. I can manipulate someone without speaking. And I can put words into their mind. So I can tell him he forgot to wash his hair and he has to rewash his hair.
Perfect.
Okay.
Didn't rinse and repeat.
For another minute.
I hope that this roll works out, but if it doesn't, that will also be extremely awesome. Christina, by all means, plant that mental
All right,
suggestion in the
so-
mind of Mark.
Rinse and repeat, Mark. Rinse and repeat.
6.
-1, 2.
No, I have a 0.
Oh, do you? Okay, never
This
mind.
is 6.
I'm sorry.
You plant that suggestion, and you hear the music stop. You guys, I'm assuming you're not like waiting.
Yeah.
You leave Emmett's room.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Play it cool.
No, I'm gonna knock on the door and I'm gonna tell him, dude, do not come out here. There's like a bunch of rats.
Okay.
There's so many rats in the hallway.
Sure. Try to manipulate someone. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Now,
Here we go.
I can't do the one thing. Never mind. Okay.
Can I help out
Yeah.
for +1?
Make squeaky
Sure, more.
noises.
Why did you
What
help
should I
me
do?
out?
He's making squeaky noises.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
All right. All right, so normally that's a 10. But then I can use weird instead of charm because of my unnatural appeal. So that's a 13.
It's actually only a 10 because Morty failed so much.
Okay, that's fine.
That Mark's like, rats. He's like, what the hell, man? What'd you guys bring into our house? Rats.
It was Tom.
He's like, where'd they come from?
Tom left the back door open.
Get Tom, bro.
Stupid Tom.
Overnight.
He's like, well, hurry up, because I got to get to class in a little bit.
Okay. All right, we'll get rid of the rats. You're good. Just hold on for a second.
You hear the music start back up. You hear like an electric shaver start up.
Quick huddle moment.
Yeah.
Why didn't we just tell him to hold out for a minute and stay in the bathroom? They're like, what are we doing here?
Well, we're in the other kid's room.
Went rogue. Okay.
He went rogue.
We have police permission to check out this house. Like,
Okay.
we don't need to tiptoe around these college
We're kind of
students.
like, but at the same time, we don't know if they're trying to like
snooping around.
cover something up, you know, like.
So, okay, are we investigating? Are we further looking into Emmett's room at the TV incident, or are we going back to the mirror?
No, we need to do something with the TV.
Everything else about Emmett's room was absolutely mundane and boring until that happened.
Okay. Is there a spooky ability we can use to sense some sort of spirit that might be trying to talk to us?
I mean, I can see the invisible, especially spirits and magical influences.
Roll another 6.
So that's investigating a mystery. I can try that.
Okay.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
6, 7.
You look around Emmett's room. You don't see any resonance of any spirits. You see there's ever so slightly a little bit of almost like an echo of what just happened, kind of a glow around the TV, but it's fading. As if maybe something spiritual in nature made what you saw play on the TV, but then like didn't stick around.
Okay. Okay.
Is there anyone in the house other than Pothead Tom to talk to? Or Mark?
We're missing.
You know that the girls. Girl.
Right.
You know that Maddie's not there.
Yeah. We're missing one boy roommate.
You're missing a boy roommate. Yes.
Because maybe we should talk to him about the electrical issues if that's been recent.
Yeah, because we can.
That's always been a thing.
It's always good to investigate the attic or the basement, depending on where.
Find the source of the.
But the TV turning on, it wasn't just like a random station turning on. It was this crazy montage.
But there's been multiple light issues. Well, yeah, but there's been multiple light issues throughout the house.
A lot of flashbacks of 90s.
Yes, it was a lot of 90s
flashbacks with the 90s flashback that she had already.
Yeah.
I think the two.
No, yeah, that was not like an electrical issue. That was
Yes.
And we didn't get anywhere with investigating that.
I still think we need to see Tom's room because I think there might be something fishy in there.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially.
I won't even make you make a roll. Ryder, your senses, because of your monstrous nature, you're like, it's that one. And across the hall, you just feel drawn to this one door. And as you get closer, you smell the faint, sweet odor of weed. And mixed with some very cheap, crappy incense.
Okay,
that's my guy.
Bust in.
The door is unlocked.
Bust in.
Door's unlocked.
You open the door.
Yeah.
There are almost every surface of the walls features some kind of poster of classic rock, metal, jam band, the kind of whole mix. The room is disgustingly dusty and dirty. There are socks, just more socks than you can imagine, just all over the floor. There are bags of food that have been like left out. There's
looks like your room.
kind of like the coffee table downstairs, but like all over the room.
All right, so the red angle's legit.
There's there's a beanbag with like next to like a small TV stand that has a TV with like not a newer Xbox, but like an Xbox 360.
Okay.
And like old 360 games. And there's a VHS with like videotapes for movies.
Wait a minute, hold up.
You also see that on the windowsill, like, so the windows are basically like blacked out. Like, it looks like he taped up cardboard on the windows, and you see on the windowsill is one of those super long black light tube lights. It's not on currently, but you could turn it on.
I mean,
He does photography.
So all of these kids, although it's present day, have aspects in their room of 90s. Like, what kid has a VHS player? In their
one.
Photography.
Well, but then you've got, in Mark's room, he had all these old programming textbooks. And then in Emmett's room, we've got 90s TV commercials.
And all the rooms were clean,
Yeah.
except Tom's.
Yeah.
Tom lured something to this house
I wanna-
with these
Or
roommates.
is everybody from the 90s just somehow living in present
continue
day?
to live in this house.
Ryder, do you turn the black
Oh,
light
I'm
on?
turning the black light on.
So you turn the black light on, and sure enough, you see, like, obviously like a water stain in the ceiling, you know, like where a leak was, and it looks literally as he described it to you, like he used Tide liquid detergent and drew around the water stain, and it kind of looks like a weird squid blob thing.
Is it a portal? A portal to the 90s?
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
That he
Morty,
made-
what
he
should we
made the
do?
portal? He made the portal?
He made the portal.
By
He
drawing
opened
it?
a portal to back to the 90s.
Did I mention the cool, like, there's like a Buddha statue incense holder on his bed?
It's a done deal.
Nightstand.
Can we investigate this magical portal?
Yeah.
Trying to see if there's actually
I'm telling you.
Yes.
Sure.
historical
You
or
should
anything.
absolutely make
Tom
those
is the
rolls.
guy.
Who's the best? Who's
Yeah.
going to do this, and what's
I
your
am
approach?
not the best
I
at
get a
this.
+2.
Which
I
one is
got a
this?
0 on my investigation.
Investigate.
Investigate.
I only have a 1.
I have a 0.
I have a 1.
How am I
can help you
investigating
out,
though?
but-
How am I investigating?
Well, I mean, I guess, like, would we have any reference to this symbol, or like,
Morty is an encyclopedia
Yeah.
of
like,
occult
you'd be
knowledge.
the
Yeah.
smartest to
So
know
are you
if this
saying,
is-
is he trying to identify if this is a legit thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
all means.
And if there's any sort of if there's any sort of
it's like some
historical
Cthulhu
sort of
nonsense or something, you
Yes,
know?
I love
Okay.
that idea. Let's do that.
8, 10.
You're like, that's just a mark from a leak, and a stoner drew detergent around it.
Cut that
It's not
off.
a portal to
Look
the
like a
90s.
squid. Yeah, he's like, you're like, yeah, it's clearly a leak from above in the attic. And you guys saw
the attic?
You saw there's like a trapdoor in the boys' side of the hallway that looks
No,
like
we
it
didn't
leads
see
up
it.
to the attic.
Okay, let's-
So you know,
What's that?
and you know what? I don't know if you would know this. Well, let's say that you don't, because you're from Chicago. So it's like one of those trapdoors that like
pull
pull
down
down.
like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This just sounds like a regular attic.
I mean, we don't
Wait,
know.
we won't know until
But hey now, so he drew around the spot with detergent.
No.
There was detergent in the commercial.
No. Okay.
See,
In the 90s.
there's a
commercial.
connection.
There is a connection.
No.
Tom's involved.
This is
detergent, though.
No.
It's the
No.
detergent.
No. Okay.
Marie's gonna go outside.
We're going into the
take a
attic.
breather here.
Viv needs a minute outside.
I'm onto something.
All right, you guys leave his room. As you're leaving his room, Mark comes out of the bathroom, and he like sees you, and he like looks at you all, and he's looking at the floor. He's like, I don't see any rats.
Yeah, we got him out.
Yeah,
scared him out.
It's a mess in here. Watch out for more.
He's like, oh man. And he goes into his room,
Okay.
closes the door.
Okay. Attic time.
You want to check the attic?
Attic time. Or should we split up? Some people go check the attic, other people check what if there's a basement or something else, or see.
There's
Ding
no point in the
dong.
Okay.
You hear the
Pizza's here.
doorbell ring.
Pizza.
Okay. Oh, pizza's here.
Good. It's about lunchtime now,
You
right?
thought I forgot. You hear like, doo-doo-doo. And then you hear some people talking. You hear the door close.
Let's go downstairs.
We gotta go downstairs.
You still hear the TV downstairs.
Will we go into the attic or do we go downstairs?
Well, I'm gonna pop down to old Miss Tom got the pizza, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Well, you don't know it's pizza.
We don't know. Who's
Either way, I mean, Tom is the one hanging downstairs.
Yeah.
Right?
Remember that it's 10, let's say like 10, 15.
Yeah, and maybe
by
Tom
now.
did order a pizza. Maybe he wasn't confused. I'm gonna pop down and ask Tom if there's anything in their attic.
So you go down.
Yeah.
It's not pizza, but you do see Tom sitting on the couch, and there's a fresh Ziploc bag of
Tom's dealer.
of spongy green nuggets, and he's like packing the bowl to his bong.
Hey, Tom.
He takes some ice cubes out of his drink and like puts it in the bong. He's like, huh? He's like, oh man, I forgot you guys were here.
Yeah, I figured out. Is there anything in your guys' attic?
I don't know, man. I mean, like the landlord's this old dude.
All right,
like he doesn't get rid of
it.
He's like,
Get back to work, Tom.
I don't think
We'll let you
anything's
be.
up there, man.
We'll double check.
He's like, what? Are you guys looking for the fuse panel?
Yeah.
He's like, that's in the kitchen, man. And he gets up, and he's still carrying the weed, and he's packing it as he walks down the hallway.
He's a pro.
Follow him.
Yeah, I'll follow Tom.
So you go in the
hanging
kitchen.
out, yeah.
There's like a moderate-sized kitchen table. Looks like you can eat at the kitchen table, and the kitchen cabinets are very dated, and everything looks kind of sticky. And then like he's like, oh man, I forgot about my cereal. And you see a bowl of Captain Crunch, but it looks like the cereal has absorbed like all of the milk. Like yeah, and he's like, fuck.
Can we ask him what year it is?
Well, you're upstairs.
I mean, someone ask him what year it is.
He's like, it's 2023, man.
Get
What are
over
you
it.
high? He's like, what's wrong with you?
Tom, you had a lot of issues with with your circuit breaker box?
Yes, man. Look at this thing. It's 1,000,000 years old. And he opens up the panel.
Cloth wiring.
It's not circuits. It's fuses.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
And he's like,
Jesus.
he's like, you see that? And there's like on the bottom of the box, there's like 4 unused fuses. And he's like, man, the landlord is not cool. Every time he like comes over here, I have to hide all my shit. He's like, do you want to hit this? Or sorry, you're working. My bad. What would you guys ask about?
Who's your landlord?
He goes over to the fridge, and on the side of the fridge, there's like, pictures and notes all over the fridge. And on the side of the fridge is a piece of paper, and he pulls the paper off. He goes, Mr. Sims. He hands you the paper.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that.
He goes, put that back though, man, because like if the toilet overflows or anything happens, like we have to call
I'll
him.
just take a picture of it. You can have your piece of paper back.
He's like,
Investigate
forgot
the
my cereal, man. And he like walks back down the
All
hall.
right, thanks, Tom.
You see a door to the backyard too.
So, other than it being super old, is there anything unusual about this fuse box?
No.
All right.
So you saw there's the main front room area.
Yep.
There was a small powder room, like toilet and sink with no bath or shower in it, on your way to the kitchen, and then the big kitchen, and then there's a back door that goes out to the backyard.
Can I look at the mirror in the powder room?
Yes.
So I'm gonna go downstairs since I'm still upstairs.
Okay. Well, I thought you all went together.
No, I thought it was just him.
No, it was just him. He went. So
Okay. So then the rest of you don't know about Tom's cereal.
Correct.
Yeah, I figured everyone was
Correct.
more interested in the attic. So.
So I figured he'd been gone a while, so I went down there
Okay.
to see what he did.
All right.
And then I saw the bathroom.
Yes,
There was
you
another
see it.
mirror. And then I went in there.
You hear lightning from outside.
Lightning.
Whoa. No, I'm just kidding.
Dun, dun, dun.
I can't work that in. It's 10:30 in the morning. I mean, I guess there could be a morning.
Rain doesn't care about
Monsoon?
Yeah, I mean, it's Louisiana in the fall. Does it rain a lot? So
Maybe a hurricane.
you go into the bathroom.
Monsoon?
It's dark because it's kind of in the hallway. There's a light switch.
Is it one of the stupid lights?
Oh, sure.
They're all like that?
Yeah.
So I'm
You
playing.
turn it on.
Does it turn on? Ooh.
Immediately. You
Maybe
press
it
the
works
button
for
in.
you so well because you're from the present day and you're not from the 90s.
Yeah.
Is it a spooky mirror?
Yeah, so I'm gonna see if it's spooky
It
mirror.
looks like this bathroom has been sort of updated. Like the sink and the mirror are newer.
Okay.
The toilet looks newer, but like the floor, like the tile floor is old and like cracked.
So all the tile floors.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's also no toilet paper. There's an empty
Animals.
roll.
Seriously.
Men.
Yes.
Maybe they have a bidet.
What about
We don't
Manny?
know.
They don't.
Oh.
Are you going to investigate or are you going to do
Yeah,
anything?
can I don't know what I'm gonna investigate to see if there's any like any spiritual vibes or magical things in this bathroom with the mirror.
Proceed.
Okay.
A 15.
8, 9.
You thoroughly concentrate on this bathroom, and you sense nothing extraordinary from a spiritual perspective.
So we go into the attic.
So I'm upstairs. Can I investigate one of the light switches
Yes.
that we've got up there?
I'll help out.
So investigating a mystery. I'm gonna say like what's being concealed here, maybe.
Faulty one.
Old cloth wiring. Wow, but you guys
6.
I got a 9.
It is not. It seems as if this element of the home has not been kept up well. Like
It's just
like
faulty
other
wire.
parts of the home.
So, but it.
It's a cheap landlord.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Sims cheaping out of the repairs.
Okay. Are we going to investigate the attic? What are we doing? We leaving? We going backyard? What are we doing?
Yeah, I'll head back upstairs since electrical box seems moot.
Okay.
Yeah, I had no luck in the bathroom.
I mean, yeah, we just pull down the attic steps, right?
What time did I say it was? 10:30.
10:30.
You hear somebody
Emmett's
come in
getting
the back door.
As we're seeing.
Why the back door and the front door?
Maybe they live there, they go through the back.
Weird.
While we're still in the kitchen area, is he coming in?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see a kid with brown curly hair.
New kid.
He's wearing like one of those hats that's like ironic, but I can't think of something ironic, but you know what I'm talking about. And then he has like a t-shirt on that looks like he probably wears it too much. And it's like WSEL 87.9 FM. The best in classic rock. And
90s tea.
he's got like jeans on and he's got like a backpack and he walks in and he's like, what the hell? Who are you and why are you in our house?
Hey, we're with Sheriff Popper, looking into the recent.
Oh, you're with Sheriff Popper, huh?
Yeah.
Do you have a badge?
No.
Well, then why am I supposed to believe you?
Because I told you.
He's like, Spitty. Yeah? You hear Tom from the front room. He's like, who are these dudes in our house? He's like, oh, they're cops, man, but they're like not cops. They're cool. It's fine, bro.
They're cool cops.
You notice this kid looks at you and he's like, cops, but not cops, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna have an issue.
No.
Great. Can I get
Private
your name?
detectives, something like that.
We'll leave it at that.
Really?
Yeah.
He says,
They're congealed together.
sure. My name? Brandon Sherman.
All right, Sherman. Oh,
Sounds like a made up.
I just got off the night shift. I don't know if you know. I'm shift manager and lead DJ at the student radio station.
Oh, what are you playing over at the DJ station these days?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, a lot of 90s?
A lot of everything. No. I'm not really a fan of 90s rock. I feel like a lot of it was very vapid. No, I tend to focus on the classics. You know, Herman and the Hermits, Ides of March,
Classics.
you
They
know,
were
the
playing
Rolling
it in the
Stones, the
90s.
Beatles, Beach Boys, that kind of stuff.
No, well, we're gonna stay out of your hair, Brandon.
Rolling Stones.
We're just looking over some things.
Does he live there? I would assume.
It's got to be the other
Fourth.
guy.
Male.
He
You're
goes,
assuming.
you guys are here because of Eve, right?
Yeah.
And so wait, at this point, it's just you and Sarah in the kitchen, right?
Correct.
He says, you don't look like cops. Well, you kind of do, but you don't. He goes, but you said you're helping with the investigation?
We're working with Sheriff Popper as a personal favor.
Because he doesn't think that Eve killed herself, does he? I knew it. And he looks around and he's like, listen, man, I'm telling you, she didn't kill herself.
What's your take on
That
it?
girl had her shit together more than anybody I know. I tried to tell the sheriff, he didn't listen to me. But you know that, like, this whole town, it's on sacred grounds of the indigenous people.
I will fact check.
The Chitimaka tribe used to live here, bro. Have you ever seen that movie Poltergeist? I'm telling you.
Can I do a quick, like, knowledge
the white man
check
came
if this
here
dude's
and they
like...
plowed over all this stuff. You're not there.
I am not there.
Yeah, would that
He goes,
investigate.
I'm telling you, I think that's what it was. He goes, well, listen, I've been up for 14 hours, so, like, do you need to talk to me specifically? Because, like, I wasn't even here. When Emmett found her, I was on my radio shift. I already told the sheriff that. Like,
no, we'll let you go for now.
Cool. He's like, I'm serious about the Chitimaka, man. This is a sacred land.
I'm gonna bookmark that one and then talk to more to her about that later.
And he like fixes his hat and then he kind of walks down the hallway and starts going upstairs. Smash cut to those of you who were upstairs.
Yeah.
While John Johnson and Sarah were downstairs, what were you doing?
We're in the attic.
Yeah, we're gonna
So you pulled on. Okay, so you pulled on the trap door.
Yep.
It's creaky as hell.
Yep.
Dust falls on your like hair and face and eyes. You pull it down, and you just see like darkness.
Send Ryder up first.
Fine.
He can take the most hits.
That's true.
The ladder is creaky, and like you're partially worried that it's going to break, but you get to the top.
Okay.
Dark.
Is there a weird light
No.
switch? No.
Do you have a light source?
Do you have your phone?
No. I mean, yeah, I have my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Put the flashlight
activate
on
the
my phone.
flashlight on your phone. You start looking around. You see bats. No, I'm just fucking.
Hell yeah.
You see a giant statue of a weird bat. Why? I'm gonna bite it. We already defeated that adventure. You see. You can't even see the full extent of the attic because there's so much crap. It basically looks like an episode of Hoarders.
Nice.
You do, however, with your flashlight, see like if you go up and stand up, you'd still have to like stoop down. But it looks like about 5 feet in, there's like a pull string for like a single light bulb. Like
Okay.
knob and tube, like
Yeah. I'd pull the string.
it actually works.
Yeah.
The light bulb's like me, and you see just an entire attic filled with crap. Like there's piles of like looks like basically imagine if somebody, you know, like when people move out of dorms, they just leave things. Imagine if somebody, instead of throwing those things in a dumpster, just put them all in the attic. Literally, like clothes, chairs, half-broken desks, old TVs, like games, books. Not really toys, because college kids. Shoes.
So would this be Mr. Sims hoarding or just college students dumping their crap up there?
Mr. Sims.
You have a plan, Mr. Sims.
Investigate.
Can we kind of try to maneuver our way to the corner where we think this leak?
Yes. Well, it would be, so the trap door is kind of in the middle of the boys' side of the hallway. So you're like, okay, if we go to where Tom's room is, it would be over there.
Viv and I are up there now.
You have to move things out of the way, but you do. And as you're moving things, it's just like, you know, like things have been soaked in water, mildew.
Yeah.
You move like a pile of old, like, National Geographic magazines and board games.
Could be worth something.
And like there's a water, like you could see like a little sliver of exposed rot in the roof, and like this is clearly where his magical alien spot came from.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's truly
It's just a leak.
a leak.
Damn.
Well, did we investigate?
How thorough are you being in your investigation?
This is true. I think we
we're
should still
investigating.
find the spot, like right on the floor, because obviously we can tell that there's leaking, but I think we still get our way over to
Can
the
I
spot.
investigate investigate a mystery and like really take a thorough look at it?
Sure. So right now you're in literally like just one corner of a huge attic.
Yeah.
So you're kind of gonna fan out. There's only one light though, and it's kind of by the stairs. So like the other side of the attic, kind of in the direction of the girls' side of the house, is dark. You don't see any other lights, so you have to use flashlights or phones.
I think it's raining.
Okay, and it's raining. Okay, so what am I investigating? I'm investigating the leak? Or am I going to the other side?
What do you think's more mysterious?
Well, who all is up there? You three?
We're all
Yeah,
three of
it's
us.
just
So
three of us.
I don't care if all three of you roll. That's up to you, but I'm
8.
5.
7.
okay. So you're kind of tackling an area, you're tackling an area. You got a 5,
8.
8,
7.
7. I'll say after like, literally because there's so much crap you have to like move just to get through, after 10 minutes of searching, you come across an area of the attic where you see, it looks like someone tried to start cleaning up and organizing. Like, it's not as chaotic. And you see that there's like, things have been sorted by type, right? So there's actually a pile of just shoes, and then a pile of just clothes in garbage bags, and then a pile of books, and a pile of games, like Monopoly, old games and stuff. And amidst that, you see that like this cleared space looks like it's about a 10 by 10 space of open, like floored attic. And it looks like that spot is less dusty, as if perhaps this occurred in a more recent fashion.
Would you say those games and clothes and shoes are all from the 90s?
Oh my God.
No, I would say that some of that
Okay.
stuff goes back to
Right.
maybe the 70s. Like
Okay.
some of it
Sorry,
looks
trying
even
for you.
older than the 90s. Like
Okay.
It's not just like a mousetrap.
Well, okay, so
I think it would be fair to say that you also find mouse traps.
Mousetraps there? Okay.
And mouse traps.
rats. Okay. See, Mark, we weren't lying. Okay.
Could we investigate like the little area there?
Yeah.
Like even more thorough?
Yeah.
Like find like markings to see if
There's
like
no need to
some-
roll.
No?
Okay.
You've rolled.
Yeah.
It looks like someone tried to organize it.
Yeah.
Right.
It looks like the space that was created by organizing or through organizing seems a little less covered in dust. There's, like I said, the things around it almost forming like the walls of a room
Right.
of stacks of stuff, right? It looks like it's been more recently excavated.
Okay. But like as far as we know, it's just like somebody's like organized that area, not like there's like carvings into like the wood.
No,
like
yeah, you don't
ruins
see
or
any,
anything.
any weird symbols or anything like that.
Should we get Sarah up here to see if she can spooky investigate?
Do that, or maybe read a bad situation.
Yeah.
Any dangers we haven't noticed, type of deal.
Okay.
Can we all roll, or just one of us?
We're all there.
No,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
no
we're-
need to roll. If she's doing something that's specifically spooky, she can roll.
She's
But-
downstairs,
Yeah.
so we got to get her up here.
Well, I figured we were coming up after
Okay.
talking to
It has been
Brandon
10 minutes of us
anyways.
fucking around, so.
Although, I actually want to stare at the mirror more in the bathroom.
Okay,
In which
main floor,
bathroom?
the powder room?
No, the spooky
Oh,
bathroom.
the girls' bathroom?
Yeah,
Okay, you do.
yeah. I'm just
Stare
hanging on that,
intensely
yeah.
at the bathroom.
I'll do that for a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Play Bloody Mary.
Yeah. Play some running in the
So
90s
is-
music.
So are we getting Sarah up to investigate? What are we doing?
Well,
Up in
one
the
of you would
attic.
have to climb down.
Well, yeah, so one of us, 10 minutes has elapsed, they're coming up.
Okay.
We yell down, get your butt up here,
Yeah.
spookify this.
I think you would at that point see Brandon, the last of the roommates, come in. He goes into his room.
Okay.
He pulls out a key, unlocks his door, goes into his room, locks his door. Ominous thunder.
Has anybody else noticed that, although this is a co-ed house, we haven't seen or interacted with any of the females?
Well, there's only one. One's dead, and the other one's out.
So there's only 2 females that live in this whole house?
Yeah.
2 girls, 4 boys.
No, I'm paying attention, but I just thought there was...
write that part down.
All the
I didn't
names.
write that part down. I just thought there was more.
No,
that was it.
Okay.
that was it.
Okay.
Okay, so one of you guys goes and gets Sarah.
Yep, get your butt up here.
Okay, Sarah, you climb up the attic stairs, the rickety attic
Down into the
ladder.
wolves.
So are you wanting me to see if I can see like any spirits up there?
Yeah.
Or
the past or
anything
something.
magical
or, I don't know,
that's up
anything.
there?
Can you like see the past, or what was that? What were your
You
abilities?
get that hunches thing.
I have a
too.
hunch, but nothing bad's happening at the moment.
Leaks are bad.
Yeah. Water damage is bad.
Electrical's terrible.
Yeah.
We're all
bad.
We're
Cloth wrapped wire.
This is a outrage. Yeah.
Because it's when something bad is happening or about to happen.
See, could
We don't know.
be about that.
Somewhere that you aren't. Roll
Even
a
for Louisiana,
sharp.
this is bad.
Okay,
All right, is that what I'm doing? Is there?
because there's nothing
like,
bad
okay.
happening.
We're about
What they
that.
do show you is like you kind of have to step over piles and around things, but then towards the girls' side of the house, they show you this cleared area, and it looks like somebody started to organize. And there's like with like, you see stacks of bags of clothes, you see shoes, you see, I forgot what else I said. Oh, board games, like stacks of board games, basically clearing out this space. And it looks slightly less dusty. There is no light there, over there, by the way.
Okay.
So,
I don't know what you guys want me to do up there.
Be spooky.
Yeah.
Wanted you to see it.
Be a spooky person.
Conveying what we found.
Where I can see if there's a spirit up there, but like a spirit that's cleaning the girl's side of the attic.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you guys want to ask one of the roommates if someone's been up there recently cleaning, because they said,
why would they clean?
Where is
no, not
Maddie?
maybe them, but someone else. Like,
Maddie's at volleyball practice.
Is that volleyball practice? Can I put thoughts into her head and tell her to come home because we want to talk to her?
you don't know her.
Yeah.
You've only seen pictures of her.
I can't connect with her through a picture?
No,
You're not that powerful.
you're not that powerful yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we doing? You being spooky, or are we leaving?
No, there's only one room we haven't investigated, and that's
We need to see
Brandon's.
Brandon's room.
He's in there.
Wait, did we figure out where this open area is in relation to the floor
It's on the
below?
girls' side.
It's on the
Yeah.
girls' side.
Yeah.
Got it. Is it over, do we know?
Basically over the hallway, kind of
Oh,
over the
okay.
center, because the ceiling's pitched.
Right.
So it's like the widest spot is in the middle of the attic for the length of the attic, or width of the attic.
Can we assume that there's no correlation between that spot and then our water spot that was?
I mean,
In the corner.
I'm running a game, so you should assume everything could
Right.
be.
Right. That's
why
why
we
I'm like.
had
That's
to
why I'm like
investigate the water
investigate.
spot.
That's why I threw in the weird electrical
investigate.
problems.
Did you check the area like above the girls' bathroom?
Above the girls' bathroom?
Yeah.
Because we paced out to the water leak, so I guess we could. Well, we investigated generally.
As you're thinking, so all of you are up in the attic at this point, right?
No, I'm
Yes.
still in
Not.
the
He's
bathroom.
looking at himself in the mirror.
He's looking
at himself in the mirror.
So if you're not there, you can't say anything anymore.
Sorry.
You start hitting the ceiling.
You're 2 floors below where they are. You're on the first floor.
No, he came up to the second floor.
Oh, you went back to the
Yeah, he's in spooky
Okay,
bathroom.
so fine. You're like, you guys hear like
Yeah.
from underneath you.
Okay.
What's going on up there, guys?
You hear that from underneath you
Okay.
in this area that looks like it's been cleared out.
Can I investigate a mystery in terms of if there is a relation between the 2 spots?
Sure.
I'm helping somehow.
Better roll high.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I'm so
Have you
sorry.
guys
6. Hey, I level up.
Bad rolls make the game funny.
I level up.
leveled up with all these.
You don't, I'll be honest, other than the fact that this cleared off area, cleared off space in the attic is above the girls' bathroom where Eve was found drowned. You can't really find any other coincidences. I mean, there's no weird occult symbols or scratchings.
I'm gonna go down and talk to Brandon. How about?
You don't know Brandon's here.
We saw him come, didn't we? Because we were in the attic and we saw him pass by. Yeah.
We were looking through the.
Sure. I don't know.
Well, you saw him.
Okay.
When you came down.
You hear them moving around in the attic above. Are you still in the bathroom?
I'll poke my head upstairs.
Okay.
You're done looking at yourself in the mirror.
I
try to get
climb
some
up the trap.
spookiness. I have zero, yeah.
Okay, so you climb
What's
up the
going
ladder.
up there, guys?
You guys are all in the attic at this point?
Yes.
Okay. You, was there anything that you specifically wanted to mention to the rest of the group?
The electricals. Shit.
We know that.
And
anything about things that maybe you wanted Morty to think about because he's a specialist on certain things?
Hey Morty, Brandon mentioned a Chittimaka tribe dying in this whole town.
Oh, the Chittimaka.
And Brandon's really convinced that has something to do with a lot of suspicious activities going on. Are you familiar with that name, this tribe, or anything occult related to that?
So I can do a dark past either, well, I can do either help out or, where was
Yeah,
it?
see if Chittimaka's got dark past and old,
Because if I roll high, I can then ask,
Southeastern Louisiana State University.
I can ask, what do I know that can help us right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So 9 plus 2, so 11. And so I can ask 10 plus. I can ask 2 questions from this list. So I can ask what do I know that can help us right now? And do I know anyone that might be behind this?
I'm going to modify those questions because they're pointless and not exactly what you need to know.
Correct.
So I'll verify this. Morty pretty quickly figures out that the Chittimaka thing is actually real. That was the name of the indigenous tribe, literally from this pocket of Louisiana.
From the 90s?
Might have to hound
from the 1790s, that was in fact a thing. I would say Morty would also know that there are folkloric references to Native American mythology, Native American supernatural occurrences. Different tribes having different names for them, but that there are references in a lot of different Native American folklore and mythology to strange things. Skin changers, monsters, windwalkers, right? Like, so that's not something that you would be unfamiliar with. Like, I think that would be something that Morty would know would be possible.
So the girl looking in the mirror, do we know if it was actually the girl?
Would Morty be familiar with any of these Chittimaka rituals or such of these?
You could do more research. Like if you went into your lab and started doing some more research, you could try to narrow down more information.
Okay.
That could be a lead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we got to talk to Brandon more then, because he seemed actually kind of knowledgeable about that.
I think we got all we got out of Brandon. I did my own research. He's been up for 14 hours.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon got to get his
asleep.
sleep. Yeah. But then where do we go from here? We got Chittimaka Lee now, Spooky Mirror, Spooky TV, and a girl's gonna get messed up in the mirror in some unknown future. All right, that's about everything right now.
Right.
Or am I missing anything?
I think that's it.
So where do we take all of this?
Where do we take off? And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that maybe this is a good point to take a little break in this story. So we'll be back for the next episode. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye. Hello and
No, hold on.
God damn it, Crawfa.
Give you $5. I'll give you $5 to do it again.
I thought you weren't going to do it though because Grant was switching. I was like, oh, maybe we could just start and Crawfa won't. It's not in New Orleans. It's hey, pour a glass of shut the f up. Now I'm going to have to edit that.
Well, hello and welcome to Bill Allen World. I am Wizzy, the Wizard. I'm back once again to remind you to subscribe and click on the notifications button and also watch videos that are over there. Tune in to the next episode of whatever show you were just watching and watch other shows featuring Bill. He made me say that because he's a narcissist. Okay, bye.